Good afternoon. We'll be doing a Bible verse a week. Drawing God is good. This week's Bible verse is Ezekiel 6. Judgment against Israel's mountains. Again, a message came to me from the Lord. Son of man, turn and face the mountains of Israel and prophesy against them. Proclaim this message from the sovereign Lord against the mountains of Israel. This is what the sovereign Lord says to the mountains and hills and to the ravines and valleys. I am about to bring war upon you, and I will smash your pagan shrines. All your altars will be demolished, and your places of worship will be destroyed. I will kill your people in front of your idols. I will lay your corpses in front of your idols and scatter your bones around your altars. Wherever you live, there will be desolation, and I will destroy your pagan shrines. Your altars will be demolished, your idols will be smashed, your places of worship will be torn down, and all the religious objects you have made will be destroyed. The place will be littered with corpses, and you will know that I alone am the Lord. But I will let a few of my people escape destruction, and they will be scattered among the nations of the world. Then, when they are exiled among the nations, they will remember. They will recognize how hurt I am by their unfaithful hearts and lustful eyes that long for their idols. Then, at last, they will hate themselves for all their detestable sins. They will know that I alone am the Lord, and that I was serious when I said I would bring this calamity upon them. This is what the sovereign Lord says. Clap your hands in horror and stamp your feet. Cry out because of all the detestable sins the people of Israel have committed. Now, they are going to die from war and famine and disease. Disease will strike down those who are far away in exile. War will destroy those who are nearby. And anyone who survives will be killed by famine. So at last, I will spend my fury upon them. They will know that I am the Lord, when their dead lie scattered among their idols and altars on every hill and mountain and under every green tree and every great shade tree, the places where they offered sacrifices to their idols. I will crush them and make their cities desolate from the wilderness in the south to Riblah in the north. Then they will know that I am the Lord. So in this chapter of Ezekiel 6, we hear the Lord basically condemning old Israel due to their pagan beliefs and idolatry, where these idols were on the mountaintops and where everything would be destroyed in its completeness. There would be nothing left. No pagan idols, no sin to be had, complete total destruction, and anyone who God deemed worthy would be saved, but not without some type of hard lesson provided to them in the other sections of the world where they will know their lesson. More or less, I was called to this verse today, or this chapter, because we see a lot of idolatry today. We truly do. It's and some people may not think of it as idolatry, but money can be worshipped. People can be worshipped. Things can be worshipped for sure. And I was watching a short today in regard to a man going around and asking people on the street, do you believe in Jesus Christ? And there was only one person that said, oh, you know it. And there must have been 15 other people, 16 other people who simply said, no, I don't want any, no, I don't, no, this, that, and the other. And they've begun treating God's people like salesmen. Like the populace at large, that is. And
because they're worshiping their own idols. They're worshiping their own idols. They'd prefer to have a life that is without God to ensure that they can have a wallet full of money, or a Ferrari, or a Bugatti, or whatever the hit car is now. Or they would rather worship the pop star or the actor. And they don't think of it as worship. They don't. And from what I can see, these individuals see it as more or less a loving of these things, or a necessity to do these things, or like it's part of themselves to do it. Like that's who they are. That's what I do. And in this chapter, Ezekiel 6, we can see what happens when the populace at large ends up giving way to their false gods, to their false idols, to that false self. And we need to find our way back. I am definitely of the persuasion where I believe genuinely that we should be finding our way back to God, finding our way back to Jesus Christ, and being able to accept the fact that He is the way and the truth and the life, to quote John. And no man cometh to the Father but through Jesus Christ. And so I say to you who are listening today, and think about it for a second, and there are certain things about this verse that maybe don't sit well with people. The destruction, the death, the decay, the famine. Well, one thing we can say about God is that He gives multiple chances. And He gives more and more chances. And even, I'm thinking back to Abraham now, back in Genesis, where God is promising him the world, basically. He's promising him heirs, and He's promising that his children will reign over the earth because he's Abraham. And God is willing to provide that. And then Abraham has the audacity to question God and say, well, how do I know you're telling the truth? I believe it's Genesis 16 and 16, 17 in there. And I more or less am sitting here kind of beside myself as I read some of these chapters. Like, some people are against God because He's created genocide, famine, and things of that nature. But He is God. His judgment is absolute. If there are those who are sinning, if there are those who are sodomizing, if there are those who are murdering, who has the authority and judgment but God Himself? Does man have more authority than God? I'd say probably not. But people want to say, well, why did God create genocide? Why do bad things happen to good people? And things of that nature. And I'm reminded of a video that I saw also of a child who was diagnosed with cancer. And he said, well, God gave me this gift because He knew that I could take it, and I don't want my siblings to go through this. And I think that's something, the most beautiful thing that you can witness is when you don't blame God for the circumstances that you're in, even though sometimes you can't even control them. I think when you take the full responsibility and you accept God's plan for what it is, you have a greater understanding that you won't understand everything. But I believe that will be the end of it for today. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. God is good. Bye-bye.